All right, everybody, it's day 67, April 6th, Friday. Heading out from Rock Gap Shelter. Stayed there last night. Decent. There were two campers, two guys that were camping. So I had the shelter to myself. Got there about 5 after 7. Talked to those guys for a little bit. Had a couple mice. They start coming out before it even got dark, trying to eat stuff off the legs of the picnic table. But for the most part, they kept away from me. I stayed in the upper deck of the shelter or the hut, and they pretty much stayed away from me. There's a bear box there and also a bear pole. So I had everything in the bear box. So there wasn't really anything for them to mess with except me. So that was that. Had a decent night's sleep. Got up. Yeah, I took my time this morning getting out because I only have 14 miles. And there is, as you can see, rocks on the trail. Yeah. Another example of the flatness of Virginia. 14 miles. There is a Skyline Resort. About 4 miles in. I might stop there, get some food. I had some Pop-Tarts for breakfast, but I might do some kind of brunch or something. I don't know. At least do something. Since I have only 14 miles, and that shouldn't take me. I mean, that's way less than 7 hours. 6 to 7 hours to do that. And I got hiking at 8:45, took my time, so as long as I can get to the road at 4:30ish to get picked up by Open Arms Hostel, that's fine by me. I'm probably fine. I'm not looking to get there too early. So that's kind of the plan today. Hopefully, I know I got a few little rocks I have to go through here. Well, hopefully the terrain will be decent. I know the down to the road is pretty steep and rocky from what I understand, but we'll deal with that. So that's that. It's supposed to warm up today, maybe in the 50s. Gonna be cloudy this morning, giving away to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. So it should get nicer. See a little view over there. So it'll get warmer and nicer as the day goes on. And then, of course, tomorrow they're calling for the snow, so we'll talk about our plan for tomorrow later. All right, there's us a view. As you can hear, the wind's blowing pretty hard. But it's our view. Got this little peak here. We're about 3 miles in for the day. So we got about 11 to go. And about a mile or so before that Skyline Resort, which I'm gonna try to stop in, grab a sandwich or something. We'll see. See how it goes. All right, we're about 5.1 miles from Thornton Gap, where I'll get picked up. As you can see, the sun came out. It's warmed up. It's probably low 50s. Nice breeze. Beautiful day for a hike. Got a little overlook coming up here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Virginia's definitely trying to make up with me for all that snow. Still gonna bring me some snow tomorrow, but doesn't look like it's gonna be as bad as they initially predicted. I just think this is cool walking through here. It's just see some of the trail. Shenandoah National Park. Lots of people out doing day hikes today. Stopped and got me a little sandwich and chips and a drink at the little wayside Skyline resort, and I got to talk to family that was there. Apparently the wife, her sister, I think they were from another country, from they might have been from Ireland, to go around this tree. Her sister had hiked it last year, she said, so she thought it was kind of cool to be in the area, you know, where the trail was, you know, that her sister had hiked. So she had a bunch of good questions, you know, just general questions about trail life and, you know, food and water and all that good stuff. So I talked to them for about 10 minutes. Nice people. Yeah. So far, I just want to keep adding gears, working out good for me. Everything's going good. So the plan is to hike about 15 tomorrow and 15 Sunday to get me into Front Royal, because I have a room waiting for me at Front Royal. So I'll probably stay at the hostel tonight and tomorrow. Maybe have them slack pack me tomorrow in the snow. And then, you know, Monday I'll head out from Front Royal. And Tuesday looks to be Tuesday, the whatever date that is, 7th, 8th, 9th, I guess. That looks like a big day. Looks like the day I'll cross 1,000 miles and maybe even bust out of Virginia. Definitely Wednesday I plan on being in Harper's Ferry by Wednesday. So, you know, less than a week I'm gonna be out of here. Alright, it's bragging time. So just checking on, I was able to talk to my wife, just checking on the troop, how they're doing on the Grand Canyon. The rim, they're making their final ascent today. They won't get in until probably dinner time tonight, Arizona time, so it'll be later tonight before they finish, but as far as I know, everything's going good. The middle group, they went down the south rim all the way down to the bottom and then came all the way back up. 3 days, 2 nights. They made it back up yesterday. Everything went great. Just want to give some major props to a few people. First of all, one of our moms, committee member, Lori Jo. She was supposed to be hanging out up on top, helping be one of our leaders on top. Well, a slot came open the night before, so she repacked the pack and she did the middle level all the way down back up. And this is with no hiking experience, no training with the troop. Did it all. Great job, Lori Jo. I don't know what the hell you're doing on the committee. You need to be an assistant scoutmaster if you can do that. Committee chair, I might be stealing her from you. But anyway, great job, Lori Jo. And then in that group, we had 2 older boys that kind of led it. And then we had 4 younger scouts. 2 of them are first-year scouts. They crossed over this time last year. And then 2 were probably 2-year scouts. They've been in 2 years. So a couple 11-year-olds, couple 12-year-olds. All 4 of them did the 77-miler we did over Christmas, which was fantastic. And then they just crushed the Grand Canyon, all the way down back up. So major props to David, Britton, James, and Brian. Super proud of you. You know, but of course, you know, I really had no doubt that they were going to be able to crush that. After all, I mean, you know, for the last 6 months, you know, I've been getting them ready for hiking trained them for it. You know, when all the older kids and most of the other adults and leaders basically said they couldn't do it, they were too young to be able to do that kind of stuff. You know, I kind of took it as a challenge, took those guys under my wing, and fortunately they got really good parents, because they let this crazy person convince them that their kids could hike 77 miles in a week in the frigid cold and then go hike up and down the Grand Canyon. So thanks to the parents for trusting in us to get your kids ready for that, and just super job to those 4 scouts. I've never had 4 young scouts like that have really accomplished so much in their first year to 2 years as far as hiking goes. I mean, they the best 4 I've ever had, most accomplished. So great job to them. I know they had a blast. I'm sure it was tough, but you know, pain is temporary, right? So great job to them. Major props. So I'm really proud of them. So I just want to kind of brag out on those guys a little bit, and hopefully our rim the rim guys will complete their task tonight, and in tomorrow's video hopefully I'll be able to give you an update on them, because the whole troop will be heading back tomorrow night. So that's an update. Later. Alright, I'm getting near my pickup spot, but I just want to add one thing about the Grand Canyon. So Lori Jo, who was the mom that stepped up and moved up to the hiking level, it was her son, the 14-year-old, that stepped up from that middle level. He was supposed to do that, and took a slot on the rim to rim 50 miler. So he's the 14-year-old hiking with the 16 and 17-year-olds. So major props to Shane for doing that. And by tonight he should have a rim to rim 50 miler under his belt. So kind of like mother like son there. Both of them stepped up big time and performed well. So shout out to both of them. Big ups to them, and big ups to all the other scouts that I mentioned. All right, we're gonna meet up with our ride and head on to Open Arms Hostel.